Okay, you can go ahead. I can't see myself. Hang on. Can you see me, Julie?
Yeah, I see a couple of boxes on the side. I'm not used to using this, so.
Okay. Maybe it's because I'm logged in as you. I don't know. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, and I'll try to troubleshoot as we go along if you need any help with it.
Okay. Hi,
I'm
friends. Hi, everybody.
gonna pin your video.
Okay. Just really quick for those of you who are new and this is your first time seeing myself or Julie, my name is Sara Reed and I am a senior executive director. I've been in the company for 5.5 years now. And Julie is so right when she says, I got people talking comp plan. I got people talking about money. That was exactly how she got me. And I had never done network marketing in my life. I had never seen a compensation plan in my life. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that this was very lucrative. So before we go into compensation plan, Julie, this is my friend Julie. She's my upline. She's been a part of the company for 6.5 6.5 years now. She is our number one lifetime earner. She's made over $10 million in this business and she knows comp plan. She knows the money. So before we start going into this, I just want you to know it took me a hot minute to know this stuff, but you should at least know where your paycheck is coming from and what you could potentially be leaving on the table, because I can't tell you how many people I have in my organization that I'll be looking at their volume and they have like $10,000 in volume and they're sitting at the very first rank, when if all they had done was made sure they were paid as title, they could have quadrupled what they were earning on the volume that is already there. So that's why it's so important to know your ranks, know how you're getting paid, know where your money is coming from, because it's going to help you make more money. Okay, so first thing is first, Smart Start. Smart Start period. I encourage everybody who is here, if you have signed up a market partner, you're signing up a market partner, you stress to them the importance of Smart Start and explain why it's so important. It's a very brief period of time that the company incentivizes you to get started and moving right away, because they know that if they can put even just $1 in your pocket, $1, then you are like something like 70% more likely to continue moving forward than if they haven't. But if they can load you up heavy on the bonuses right up front, you're going to lay the foundation of your business, because eventually those bonuses are going to go away. And so the idea is pay them out fat and bonuses, let them build the foundation of their business. So that way, when those bonuses go away, they don't feel the fluctuation of being out of Smart Start period as far as their paycheck goes. So your Smart Start period is your sign up month. Everybody gets 2 full months. So your sign up month plus 2 full months. What is Smart Start? You're incentivized with extra bonuses just for getting your business started. I'm going to briefly explain this. Your Smart Start explanation is in your back office in the resource library. You can also find full explanations of Smart Start in better detail on YouTube, Vimeo. They're available. All you got to do is Google Monat compensation plan explanation. So for every 4 VIP customers that you bring on during your Smart Start period, you're going to get a $60 acquisition bonus. What is a VIP? A VIP is somebody that says, I love the products. I want a 15% off discount. I want free shipping. I want all the perks. I'm using these products anyway. Why not schedule them out? So they get all the bonuses of it's almost like a preferred shoppers program. So for every 4 of those that you get, you're going to get an additional $60 bonus That's not including your commissions. So on average, it's about $60 in commissions, depending upon what's in their cart, but sometimes they buy more and you might be making more commissions. So $60 bonus for every 4. Now, when you personally sponsor a market partner, depending upon what product pack that they get, you get a bonus ranging from, I think it's like $60 on up to $330. Let me see. Oh, 50 for the 199, 120 for the 349, 250 for the 599 if they sign up with a 599 product pack, and a $350 bonus for everyone that signs up with the 799 product pack. You guys, push that 799 product pack. Don't project your money issues onto other people and push that 199. Start your way at the highest pack and work your way down. Not because of that $350 bonus, but because you are genuinely giving people the best start possible by making sure that they have every product. That way they can share, they can take pictures, they can use, they can experience. Super important. Okay, so those are the bonuses for when you sponsor a market partner. When you sponsor 4 VIP customers plus a market partner, so 4 preferred customers and 1 business partner with one of those product packs, the company is going to give you what is called a block bonus. And that's a $150 bonus. These are unlimited. You can do it as many times as you want to. So when you build a block, you're going to get the 4 VIP acquisition bonus, so $60. You're going to get the product pack sponsoring bonus, plus you're going to get that block bonus. These bonuses start to add up, and it's wild. Now, when you do that a total of 3 times, when you build a total of 3 blocks, that's 12 VIPs total and 3 market partners with a product pack total. When you do that in your Smart Start, it doesn't have to be done all in one consecutive month. The company is going to give you all of the block bonuses associated. So 150 times 3. They're going to give you the VIP acquisition bonus, 60 times 3. They're going to give you the sponsoring bonuses, whatever they come in with, times 3. And then they're going to give you an additional $500 bonus just for completing what is called your Moan neighborhood. So everybody's goal within that time frame should be to build a Moan neighborhood. When you build your Moan neighborhood collectively all together, I think the bonuses, just the bonuses alone, are somewhere upwards of like, it's well over $1,000, well over $1,000. If you complete your Smart Start, there's no reason why you couldn't make about $2,000, all commissions, bonuses, rank advancements total. Okay, so that's your Smart Start. If you need further explanation, make sure that you are checking out a further explanation video. Again, these are a limited amount of time. You only get them 1 time, so take advantage of them. It's a lot easier to build your foundation when you're getting paid really fat. Okay, ranks. Now, this is what really kind of threw me off. I told Julie in the beginning, I can remember her being like, you have AMB, MB, MMB, and I was like, this all sounds like alphabet soup. Let me run and you just tell me where I'm at. And that's exactly what she did. I didn't know the compensation plan for almost 2 years. And I can promise you that if I had taken the time to learn, and I wasn't so stubborn, and I wasn't so resistant, and I was a little bit more coachable, I wouldn't have stayed stuck. If I had known my compensation plan, I would have been able to further help my team better, to be able to look at where my teammates were at and say, oh my gosh, if this girl just got 1 more market partner, she would be at MMP. That way I can reach out to them and tell them where they're at. I can give them some encouragement. I can give them some tips on how to make that happen, because there comes a point in the compensation plan that if your teammates aren't ranking, then neither are you. And that's where you stay stuck. So you need to be able to know how to rank, to be able to explain it to other people. Now, as you are new, as you're getting started, I really strongly encourage you just to focus on your Smart Start to get you started, and MMP, the rank that I'm getting ready to show you right now. MMP is the cornerstone rank of our entire compensation plan. So it's basically, and you'll start to see it once we start explaining it, it is basically the pattern that an SED, so somebody that is at the very top of the compensation plan, it's basically that they've built MMPs over and over and over and over and over and over again. It really is that simple. It's how many MMPs can I bust? It is the most important. My SED title at the end of the month is always hung up on one MMP who might just be short an active line or their personal volume. It's always something so simple. So it's really important that you understand MMP. So Julie, will you kind of swivel your mouse around the MMP bubble? So MMP is right here. It stands for Managing Market Partner. You'll see 300, and then over to the left, that's your personal volume requirement. So as you are reading the comp plan, it's just going to go straight across. So personal volume for MP, the only requirement for MP to be an active market partner is that you have 200 MPV. Then we scoot over to the next rank, MMP, very first rank on the compensation plan. I need 300 in personal volume. And then I look below, do I need any active lines? Yep, sure do. I need 2 of them. What makes them an active line? Well, we just saw one rank over to make a market partner active. We just need 200 in volume. So do I need anything else? I go further down the column for that MMP. Yep, sure do. I need 1,200 in group volume. Where does group volume come from? Group volume comes from your active lines and yourself. So really anybody that's underneath you generating volume is going to contribute to that GV. Now that kind of changes a little bit further into the compensation plan that we get, but as you are sitting at MMP, that's all you need to worry about. Do I have my 300 MPV? Do I have my 2 active lines? Meaning, do I have 2 business partners that have at least 200 in volume? And do I have my 1,200 in group volume? Now, when you break that down, 1,200 in group volume, that's between at least 3 people. So that is totally doable. That's not just you bringing in all of the volume, although you absolutely could. Now, let me explain just really quick before I go on to the next rank, what I did to help like really drill MMP. I made flashcards, and I would encourage all of you guys to do the same. And basically all I did was drew a little bubble at the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I wrote in, I needed 300. And then I drew my people. I needed 2 active lines. And then I drew in their volume requirement. They need to be 200 to be active. And then all together, we need 1,200. And I would just keep this in my desk drawer. So that way, as I was looking at my business, I could go through and say, okay, does Sandy have her volume? Yep, sure does. Does she have her 2 active lines? Yep, sure does. Does she have her 1,200 in volume? Oh, nope, she's only at 1,100. She needs 1 more order, and then she'll bust MMP. And I would just go through my organization and do that over and over and over. Who's at MMP? Go through your organization and see who is close to hitting MMP. Okay, next rank over. After you have hit MMP, you continue to further build your business. Our compensation plan is one of the best compensation plans in the industry. I've compared so many. I just went and had lunch with one of our RSDs the other day. She came from Mary Kay Corporate. She came from Advocare. She's seen so many of them, and we were agreeing that this is one of the best compensation plans that she's ever seen, because there's really no limit on income that you can make. It's all about building wide and deep. as many people wide as you can build, the more money that you are going to make. And if you can help those people to go deep, you're going to pick up even more money. So you want to keep sponsoring. Don't stop. No matter, okay, I got to MMP, I can stop sponsoring now. No, absolutely not. You keep building and growing. So the requirement for AMB, the very next rank after MMP, you can see your personal volume requirement goes up a little bit, 400. You need 1 additional active line. So now you need 3 active lines, and your volume goes up a little bit. The volume requirement goes up to 2,400. The idea is that going from MMP to AMB, what's going to start generating that volume that you now need, that 2,400 instead of 1,200, is getting the people going that you brought in. Super important. All right, the next rank after AMB is MB. And this is where things start to get a little bit more serious, because now in order for you to rank, you have to have somebody on your team that is ranked. So Julie, will you kind of swivel your little mouse around MB? So MB, your personal volume requirement is 500. It goes up 100. Your active line requirement is 4. So you're up 1. But 4 active lines, I believe, is the most that we are required to have. Now, further into the compensation plan, you obviously are going to need more, but I mean, that's totally doable leading up to the very first leadership rank of our compensation plan, MMB. So 4 active lines, your group volume has to be 4,000, and you can look below that 4,000 and it says 1 MMP. What does that mean? That means that you have to have your 4 active lines, your 4,000 in volume, but you also have to have somebody else on your team that has achieved MMP. So this is why it's really important to know MMP, because you're going to be teaching it a lot, because your rank eventually is going to be dependent upon how many MMPs you've got. Okay, so now going into MMB, this is another cornerstone rank of our compensation plan. It is one of the foundational MMP, MMB. I'm going to help somebody brand new get to MMP. Once they've hit MMP, now we're planning on how we can get them to MMB. You guys, the MMB comes with an average monthly income of over $1,000 in residual. $1,000 in residual is way more valuable than just $1,000 coming in from a daytime job. That money could be set aside. It could be put in savings accounts, it could be put in Roth IRAs, it could be put in investments, it could be compounding, it could be emergency funds. MMB is so powerful. It was everything to my family. I want to get everybody I possibly can to MMB. MMB, personal volume requirement, 500. Active lines, you need 4. Group volume, it goes up 1,000. You need 5,000 in group volume. When I got started, it was 7. It was 7,000. So they dropped that requirement. It's so doable. I have people that are pulling that volume by themselves with their personal volume just from their customers. So it's very doable. And then you can look below and now the structure requirement changes a little bit. Now, instead of 1 MMP, now I need 2. So again, checking and making sure that you have your MMPs. Now, when I say that you need 2 MMPs, let's say this is an MMP, and then this person below this person is MMP, that doesn't count. This would only count as 1 MMP, no matter how many MMPs are down that line. They have to be in separate lines. So that's why it's important to continue to recruit, and it's important to continue to grow. Okay, I am going to pass this over to Julie, because she's going to explain where things start to shift, your unilevel and your generational bonuses. You guys, oh, hang on just a second. Can you pull this out just a little bit, Julie? I want to show them the difference of what they are getting paid. I don't think it shows. Okay. Unilevel, just really quick. These columns, you can see over here for MMB, if you go down, you're getting paid 12% on your front line. You're getting paid 7% on the people below them. you're getting paid 5% on the people below them, and you're getting paid 3% on the people below them. So on down to level 4. Now, if you look over at MMP, you see you're only getting paid 10% on level 1. You're only getting paid 3% on level 2. And if you have anybody on level 3, level 4, guess what? You're not getting paid on them. So if you have significant volume underneath you and you are not working to get yourself to MMB, you are leaving so much money on the table. And like I said, that volume is already there. It's not extra work that you necessarily have to generate this extra volume. It's already there. Get paid on it. Okay, Julie, I'll pass this over to you.
Oh, I love that. So great, Sarah. I get super excited about the comp plan, you guys. I can talk about it all day, a lot easier than I can the products, but just because I probably just don't feel like I'm a product expert, although I'm an expert of how much I freaking love it. So the comp plan has changed a lot of people's lives. So let me go ahead and sorry, Sarah, I have your video pinned. I can't see myself. So sorry if you guys can't see me.
I can see you.
Okay, great.
You're good.
Not that I'm too worried about that. All right, you guys, here's the deal. This is where everybody starts getting a little bit confused. So first I'm going to do what Sarah did. I'm going to talk about requirements and I'll talk about pay scale, okay? AMM is the next rank you want to start pushing for after you're a managing market builder. This is a strange rank because some people feel like, oh, I'm AMM, I've had it made. It's a stepping stone on the journey, because what you want to do after you did that is build another MMB. Take a look at how it says 1 MMB and 1 MMP right here. You need 1 MMP, which is one of these girls. So say Sarah is my MMP, and then let's say Krista is my MMB. She's a separate leg. That's what I'll need to hit Associate Market Mentor. Same exact requirements as managing market builder. You just need an MMB. So you need someone who's hit what you have just hit. Do you understand? That's such a big gap for somebody to hit exactly what you're doing. So hopefully you'll have someone who's ranking up with you, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be in the same month, but what I'm trying to say is that you want to build habits out of your leaders, because you can't get to the top without them. Not just one leader, but you need multiple leaders. The only thing extra you need is 1 MMB. You've already got your MMP, right, from managing market builder. So whenever one person in your organization comes up and they rank up to MMB, as long as you have the other requirements, you are going to get onto the second thing of the comp plan, which is another pay raise. So before I go into, well, actually, let me go ahead and cover Market Mentor. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about pay scale, because you guys will see the progressive repetition of what this comp plan is asking you to do, which is basically building leaders. Market Mentor, you need a little bit higher on group volume. And if I zoom out here, you guys will see that's group volume over here. You need 2 managing market builders. And if you remember, managing market builders require managing market partners. So you guys can see where we're heading here. MMPs, MMBs, market mentors, directors, senior executive directors. Those are the pillars, and managing market builder is the biggest cornerstone, because you got Motor Club at Market Mentor. You've got a really big, nice pay raise at Market Mentor. You're going to start earning on generational sales, which I'm going to cover in just a second. Take notice, the highest personal volume that you have to have in this entire comp plan is 500. That's unheard of. That's a big deal. That means you don't have to buy $500 worth of product every month. You can buy this many dollars worth of product every month. You hear me again? You don't have to spend any money. You just need to have $500 in sales, meaning someone as a customer or someone as a VIP purchased. And then if you purchase it, it also counts. So 500 is the max. 4 active lines. Your GV does go up to 7,000 for Market Mentor. That's a change. So you go from 5,000 at AMM to 7,000. $7,000 in GV. Now the GV is going to become important here as I go on into these next ranks. And sometimes this is where people get a little bit confused. You need 2 managing market builders. And now check this out. We are going in now to downline volume. It says 30,000. So I'm going to go ahead and explain what group volume compared to downline volume is. Group volume is someone who is a part of my organization who's not a managing market builder. Everyone in my organization that's an MMB or below an MMB, so let's say market builder to MP, let's say Sara has not hit managing market builder yet, okay? Whenever she does, she is going to go into my downline volume rather than my group volume. I want to explain this because this is super powerful. This is a reason why I'm talking about building habits to build in the comp plan, because you can't just get lucky, sign up a couple of people and call it good. Don't work that way. I love the way that it doesn't work that way, because people can't just sit and ride on the backs of other people. You have to be a leader in this company, and you have to be developing leaders. So whenever Sara hits managing market builder, her $5,000 in sales, sorry, I'm over here, $5,000 in sales is no longer included in my GV, because she is now a generation. So whenever they turn into a generation, their GV goes away from you. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Okay. Here's the deal. When that goes away, you're going to have to replace it, meaning more MMPs on the way, more AMBs, more market builders. You need to be building these. All of your PV and market builders and below will go into your GV. Now the requirement is 7,000. So you need $7,000 worth of sales of people building up to managing market builder. So whenever Sara's like, you only need 4, yeah, that's the bare minimum, but let's be safe and let's get as many people as possible pulling in personal volume, because it's going to count. All right. Now that their GV has gone away from your requirements, so it's basically going to disappear in your group volume. What it's doing though is adding a 4% sales bonus to your paycheck. You go down here and you start looking at this comp plan. You're going to get a 2% whenever Sara hits MMB, or before she hits MMB, I'm making an extra 2%. Yes, I get paid 4 levels deep as an MMB, as I'm an MMB or up, but I also get 2% extra all the way down to the next MMB. Whenever Sara hits managing market builder, MMB, I'm going to start earning 4%, not on her PV, but on her GV. So if Sara's bringing in $7,000 in group volume sales, I get 4% of all of that 7,000. And you guys, this is where 80% of my paycheck comes in. 80% of my check comes from group volume bonuses. It's coming from my generational pay. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, just pop them in the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to see the chat pop up. All right. Now let's say I've got Sara is doing pretty good. She promotes an MMB underneath her, and Sara goes to associate market mentor. Okay. Now let's just say my rank is market mentor. Okay. I'm a market mentor. I'm cruising along, doing really good. I've got 7,000 in GV still. Sara's to now AMM, and then Sara's got an MMB under her. Where's my generational volume at? It's down here. Sorry. I was looking for it earlier and I couldn't find it. Okay. So if you go down to the very bottom of the page where it says generational bonus, and it says generation 1, generation 2, all the way to generation 5, Sara is my first managing market builder in that organization, meaning she's my front line. So I'm going to get 4% on her. That's right here. Okay. But I'm an MM. And so if there's an MMB under Sara, which there is because she's AMM, I'm going to also get 3% on her MMB entire group volume sale. Now, you guys, I want you to understand this. We try to tell people and we try to encourage people to push not $5,000 in GV, not $7,000 in GV. A really good spot for you to hang out is 40,000 in GV or higher. I was never told this until about year 4 in my business. And I struggled for it because sometimes I'd have MMBs promote and my GV would be almost at nothing. You have to have 7,000 in GV or higher to be paid any of these high ranks up here. Okay. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, listen to it over and over and over again. It's a huge mouthful and it's kind of hard to get your mind around it. But you guys, this 4 and 3% on people, can you imagine like all of your frontliners pulling in 40,000 in GV? you're making 4% on all of them. It's a really, really nice paycheck. I mean, if anyone wants to do the math, what 40,000 times 4% is, it's pretty good money. And you got to think, as your organizations are building and you're habitually building MMBs under people, you're just going to get wider and you're just going to grow a bigger paycheck. So on top of all of this, you're going to get rank advancement bonuses. All of this stuff's going to come in. So I always say chase the rank advancement bonuses, but build your group volume. Stick with those group volume people, because you never, ever want to lose your GV. Because if you are right here or right here, it doesn't matter, anywhere over here on this right side of the page, if you're at MM, SED, whatever it is, if you don't have 7,000 in sales right here, right there, that GV 7,000, okay? If you don't have that requirement and you're still pushing over $800,000 in team sales, you have 6 managing market builder legs, you have 2 director legs, you're fat stacked, right? You're freaking doing good. And you don't have $7,000 in GV, guess what? You're gonna get paid as whatever you get. You're probably gonna get paid something down here. Do you guys realize you could go from like a $20,000 check to like a $3,000 check if you're not focusing on your GV? It almost happened to me once. Not fun. Trust me, not fun. And that right there kept me in the game. Me needing group volume and not just waiting on my leaders to promote and do well kept me in the game, and it ended up bringing in some of the best market partners ever. So just remember to stay actively recruiting in your GV, because you do not want to lose that. Sarah, am I making sense? Am I going too fast?
No, you're making sense.
Okay.
Anybody who is at AMM, MM, you have the GV requirement, you have the downline volume requirement, but you're stuck. I tell them, stop looking at DV and focus on your GV. Focus on growing your GV and your DV will grow. If you're bringing new people in and you're helping them recruit, it's going to, and rank and make money, it's going to increase your GV requirement. So your GV basically comes from everybody that hasn't ever hit MMB before. So it's your MMPs up through MB.
Yep. Okay, now I hope that we can build on top of this. I hope it's all making sense, because this is also important. If you are a market mentor, let's just say, I'm a market mentor, chilling, hanging out, making 12% level 1, 3% on level 4, you're just going all the way down the scale, right? You're racking in this check. I got 4% on generation 1, which let's say at the time is Sarah. And then let's say Sarah signs up Kayana, and Kayana hits MMB. So Kayana right here is a level 3, or she's a level 2. So I'm now making 3%. All right. What happens if Kayana busts out an MMB? Let's say Kayana signs up Robin, and Robin pulls in $100,000 in sales in like 6 months. She's killing it. She's doing so good. And here I am sitting thinking my check's not going up month after month, even though like my DV is going up because Robin's bringing in all this stuff, right? Well, that's because Robin hit MMB and you're only in MM, so you don't get paid that 3rd generation. Does that make sense? You got to be an MMM to get your 3rd deep MMB's GV. So people will be losing a lot of money, not losing, but leaving it on the table if they're not ranking up as well as their team is doing. I'm not saying that it's like a terrible thing. Dude, cheer them on. That is a freaking savings account that is building up. One day, whenever you hit that rank, boom, you can cash in. So basically, to tell you guys, you can't just chill and expect your downline to build your paycheck. And I love this attitude. Hear me out. If you continue doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, your team's going to see it. They're going to be encouraged by it. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. But if you're just sitting there on the sidelines expecting other people to build your business and your dreams, you will be very disappointed. I'll just say extremely disappointed. Trust me, I've been there. I've seen other people do it in other companies. The previous company that I left was built that way. They were really encouraged by working deep because they got bonuses by other people promoting people out. Even though they weren't recruiting, they weren't working their business. Here, you work your business and you rinse and repeat and people will do the same exact thing that you're doing. And in the end, you're going to be good. So what I'm saying is that like, I can't just chill here with 2 MMBs, 30,000 in sales, whatever it is, and get this, especially if I've got some rocking people down deep. I have multiple people on my team who are going through the same situation where they're like, let's say they're an MMM or a director, and they promoted out an MMB who does okay, another MMB who does okay, another MMB who does okay, another MMB who does okay. And then just like all of a sudden, just an explosion of growth happens, and then they're not earning money on it just yet. They'll just have to rank up one more time. And it happens, and it's totally cool. But just know that you guys can't just sit there and hope that your team will build on. You need to keep building these MMBs. You only have to go 8 wide. Let me move this down. You only have to go 8 wide to hit the very top of the company, you guys. $800,000 in team sales, 6 MMBs, 2 AEDs, 7,000 in group sales. That means that, 7,000 is your personal coaching with your new people, your personal coaching with people who are not yet making that $1,000 a month at MMB. You need 6 people who've already hit MMB or above. Now, let me throw another example. Sorry to pick on you, Sarah. Let's say Sarah signs up, doesn't do very good, signs up one person, Kayana, and Kayana does really, really good. Just because Sarah never hit any of these high ranks doesn't mean that I can't count her line. If Kayana hits MMP, I can count Kayana as my MMP. I don't have to count Sarah necessarily. It'll be Sarah's line, but Kayana can basically string up that light of Christmas lights. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter how deep they are, as long as you have that rank out of that organization. So if Kayana hits MMB and Sarah's at MMP, I get to count Kayana for my MMB. Okay, I think that I have probably verbally vomited on everybody. It's a lot to take in, you guys, but this generational pay down here is going to be your money. It's going to be really, really, really incredible whenever you see like how much money can come in on your checks with generational bonuses. Overall, whenever you look at the comp plan, just like Sarah said, if you focus on MMPs, getting to MMBs, helping those people just to get to $1,000 a month, turn around, help them train everybody else. You don't even have to look at the huge picture. You know it's there, but you don't have to worry about carrying everybody on your team. You don't have to worry about anyone's paycheck. You just do what you need to do. And if you follow what you need and the requirements to rank up, I can promise you it's just going to flow. It's not going to be as confusing as looking at SED and saying, how the heck do I get there? Focus on MMPs, focus on MMBs. And I mean, honestly, like push that generational sales. So if you've got an MMB who just promoted out from underneath you, and if you guys are a new AMM, I'm going to tell you right now, AMMs are my scary spot. It's my scary rank because people are like, I'm doing so good. I brought in $6,000 in sales, when sometimes $6,000 in sales was from the person underneath you who just hit MMB. Does that make sense? So if I'm like, I sign up Sarah and I'm like, dude, I'm pushing like $5,000 in sales, and Sarah's bringing in the whole 5, and Sarah hits MMB, like you're going to hit AMM and Sarah's GV just went away. So if her 5,000 GV just went away, you have none. You've got to have other people building up. You got to have other MMPs building up. If you don't have your GV, then you don't get paid. So like Sarah said, focus on your PV, your GV, and your requirements, and just slowly climb the ranks. Don't bite off more than you can chew with freaking out on how to explain the comp plan or anything like that. Just look it over. It's pretty self-explanatory. Focus on your Smart Start ranks. I focused on Smart Start whenever we had it. It was a little bit different back then. We were not getting paid what you guys are getting paid today. I'll just tell you that much. And the rank advancement bonuses. This is something that got my eye. This right here. You guys, there's around $40,000 in rank advancement bonuses going up to the top of the company. So if you click here and you look at, you get like $100 for MMP if it's done within the first full 3 months. I didn't even know about that stuff in the beginning. This one, you have 4 months to earn a $100 bonus, 150. Check these out down here. Like, these are really nice. These $5,000 ones, $10,000 ones, $20,000. It's a one-time bonus, but they pay out one time. They give it to you within your next paycheck. So, and I'll tell you guys right now, the average earnings of a senior executive director, the least amount is usually around 20 grand a month. So it's pretty good money. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that that makes sense. I know I kind of ramble on a lot. It's kind of complicated, but I just don't want you guys to be like caught up in that AMM hole. There's an AMM hole, and I want you guys to recognize it. And I hope you understand it's because the person who got you to AMM was probably most of your group volume. And so if you've got a rock star underneath you, that's freaking awesome. You have a grace period for 3 months to earn back the 5,000. So you get half of that for 3 months. I forgot to mention that. But you have 3 months to rebuild some more group volume. So that way you can have the group volume for the rank that you deserve, the rank that you're shooting for, which I hope, if you guys are not MMB yet, it's MMB. If you're not MM, director, and SED, those are the big pillars, but MMB is the huge cornerstone of our company. So if you guys can just memorize how to hit MMB, teach people how to do it, rinse and repeat, you guys will be A-okay and making really good money in no time. Anything else, Sarah?
No, I think that's it. Somebody had just asked a question on the rank advancement bonuses, is if there's a time frame on some of those bonuses. The only time frame on bonuses is MMP, I think, through MB. Yeah. So MMP, you have 3 months, AMB, you have 4 months, MB, you have 5 full months. But it doesn't matter how long it takes you to hit MMB. It could take you 2 years. You get that $500 bonus. And the great thing is when you promote out an MMB underneath you. So let's say I'm underneath Julie and Julie's an MMB. She has to be paid at MMB or higher. And then I hit MMB. I get a $500 bonus, but I also help Julie make a $500 bonus too. So lots of incentive to help people rank up.
Yeah, I think if you guys are pushing MMBs, like, oh my gosh, in the next 3 months, that's my goal, is to get an MMP. That's a $500 bonus in your pocket for helping people get there. That's good dough. That's really good money, especially for someone who's making hopefully $1,000 a month. It's good money. I'm glad you brought that up, because those were what I was focusing on, was busting MMBs and making an extra $500 on my check. That's a big deal. It's really awesome. And you get the matching bonuses for MMP, AMB, and MB. But not the big ones, unfortunately. That would have been really nice.
I know, that would have been amazing.
I'd be like, SED.
Oh, also one more thing, on personal sales bonus, we get extra percentages based on our personal volume. So if you sell, let's say you sell $1,000 personally, what I personally did, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,999, you get an extra 3%. You sell 2,000 on up to 3,499, you get an extra 5%. If you sell 3,500 PV or more, then you get an extra 10% on that sales volume. So if you are selling 3,500 in personal volume, that 10%, that's an extra $350. That's a car payment. I have lots of girls that are making that extra 10% every month, and they're pushing for that 10%, because if they're getting that 10%, that 3,500, then that means that they've got the volume almost more than half for MMB. They're pulling that volume solo. So as long as they've got their 2 MMPs, then they're going to push it. So they focus on creating lots of PV, lots of personal volume, and cashing in and picking up all those bonuses along the way. And that's how people are making, full-time income, working part-time hours. They make sure they know where all of their bonuses are coming in and that they're getting paid on all of the volume that is there. Take advantage of it. If you have the volume, get paid on it. So this was good, Julie.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It was really good. I hope you guys got some of your questions answered. Like I said, go back through, watch the video again and watch the comp plan, like pull it up on your own and just go through it. And anytime you don't understand something in the business, whether it's product, whatever, pull out your notes on your phone and write down your question. If you're not sitting there writing down questions throughout the day, I can assume you possibly might not be working. That's a good way for me to evaluate. Like if I'm like not running into a problem, or if I'm not running into something that I need to learn, then half the time I'm like, what the freak am I doing? I'm not even checked in. So yeah, you should be definitely running into things where you don't understand it. You should always be trying to grow. So don't feel like, you know, oh, I don't know anything. No, it's cool. If you don't know anything, then I'm super excited you're trying to learn. I'll never forget my first questions that I was writing down. I mean, every time I got on the phone with Ann and Tony, I was like, okay, here's all the questions I got. So collect them.
To see where your paycheck is coming from, we have a commission detail report that's available in our back office. So like 2 days before we actually receive our paychecks, they'll release a commission detail report. And that's in your back office. If you just look at reports and then you scroll down, commission detail report, and it'll tell you, okay, this is how much you got paid from here. This is how much you got paid from here. And there's also a breakdown of that detail report in the library.
And check it out. Look at it every single month. Evaluate where you're getting paid and try to push for more every single month.
True that.
Weekly payouts and monthly payouts. You guys will see that in the little emblems up here. So I encourage you guys, go get the comp plan yourself. Do not just rely on this video for it to be your educational source. Use the resource library, pull it up in the back office, print it off and leave it in your wallet if you have to, because I seriously kept it on me, on my phone all the time, because anytime I wanted to recruit somebody, that's what I brought up. I was like, this is why I do it. And this is the kind of money you can make. Anytime I was running into someone who had troubles paying something or struggling financially, I was like, well, I could show you how to make $350 real quick. I just pulled it up. So I used it as a way out to help people. You guys can use it however you like, but man, there are some big money to be making in this comp plan, and utilize every single bit. And that's it. I hope that helps.
Yay. Okay, friend, that's all I have to say.
I love you guys. Thanks so much for getting on. I hope it helps. Have a great week.
Yeah, see you guys.
What's up?
Thanks, friend. Bye, y'all.
There's my recording button. Okay.